Town centres are so much more than retail spaces. Town centres are made by the people that live in them and inhabit them and come to them. And encouraging a vibrant town centre should be at the absolute top of every local government's agenda. So encouraging people to come into the space, to spend time in the space and linger, is something that often doesn't happen in our towns and cities across the UK. People are encouraged to think about the destination and not the journey.
If you go to a town and there's nothing in the town center, what is that town? I suppose it isn't a place you want to go visit. Isn't a place you want to spend time, even if you live there.
The Coastal Communities Coastal Stories project is a way of trying to access some of the hidden heritage that exists in Bournemouth Town Centre. So much of our heritage industry focuses on the preservation of buildings or the built environment and looking at physical remnants of the past in the present. But what our project seeks to do is explore the uncovered or the unstudied or the under-considered histories of people's everyday lives.
Bournemouth, when I was a child, had more department stores in it than any other town outside London. We even had the only then Harvey Nichols branch in Bournemouth. So shopping in Bournemouth was a major part of its economy.
Bournemouth was always a place that people came to shopping for retail. I'm sure you've heard Westover Road referred to as the Bond Street of Bournemouth. Now, while people's shopping habits have changed, retail will always have a part in our town centres.
And I think it's really important to understand what makes it special. And if we just look at it as a place that is for shopping, we kind of miss the point that it is really kind of a community space as well.
The town centres are the heart of our communities. They are so intrinsically linked to our identity as a local area. So a thriving, vibrant place is a way for people to feel pride in their local area.
My family was well known for looking after its staff. We had social clubs, we had outings, and of course in those days when one didn't trade for 7 days a week, one had the opportunity on the day off or the half day off to take the staff out. We had coach tours all over the south. And there was a great community.
I used to come to Bournemouth on my summer holidays. I grew up overseas, so the beach has a really special place in my heart. Used to meet friends, go with my family. We'd always take the East Cliff lift down. So the pier, the beach, the seafront, all of those have a special place in my heart.
I think there's lots of things that people in Bournemouth talk about, particularly the winter gardens. Is something everyone always talks about. You hear about that, or you might hear about the closed ice rink or the Pier Approach bath. All these places that are no longer part of Bournemouth.
One is the ice rink, where we had the most wonderful, spectacular summer shows on ice, and the other one is the Pier Approach baths, where again there was a famous summer attraction.
Some people say to me, well, what's the culture in Bournemouth? Well, Bournemouth Pavilion has a lot of shows and things like that. And they've had on Culture Day or something was like that, you could go to the back and you could go inside the back because apparently there used to be an organ that used to go up.
Really looked up at the building and listened to quite detailed architectural stuff. It's nice.
key part of the project has been the organisation of our narrative workshops. These sessions invite members of the local community to come and share their memories and experiences of Bournemouth, as well as reflect on how the town has been written about in fact and fiction over the course of its history.
Overwhelming when it was my birthday, and I just fell in love with the beach because I just kept walking, just kept drawing me down, and I couldn't stop.
Obviously in London we used to go to Brighton, Worthy and places like that, so I love the town centre and the winter garden and the gardens and walking down to the pier and beaches, and I just loved it.
Town manager, moved here 30 odd years ago for business purposes. My wife and I were living in a 4-bedroomed terrace property in North London.
Enjoy coming to Bournemouth. I still visit frequently, walk on the beach, go to the theatre.
I live in Westbourne, and I found a place in Westbourne immediately because of the job. I would not live anywhere else because, Westbourne is part of Bournemouth, and I just think I'm in the best place in the world.
The sun shines down on concrete miles, on cars that crawl and horns that bray, on shops that sell in endless piles the goods that trippers take away.
And so I think we have a chance in Bournemouth of re-establishing that from, I have to say, a serious low. So let's hope that some vision will come to the town. It's beginning. There are a few grass shoots. Bobby's is a good example, and the new Ivy restaurant is a good example. So there are grass shoots, but it's going to take time.
And so I think the key to reviving town centres is about changing what we use them for, having them as places that people come to experience things with a real mix of opportunities in the town centre. So yes, your more traditional retail and hospitality, but also the community spaces, the cultural spaces that will bring people in and give them places to enjoy the town centres in the way that we used to.
So even though Bournemouth Town Centre isn't as vibrant as it once was, or maybe have all the same kind of business as they used to, there's still quite a buzz about it. There's always people milling around, even if they're just out making noise on their skateboards. There's people walking around, and that makes it a place you want to be.
In terms of future heritage, I'm very conscious that this is Bournemouth's 3rd century. And there's a sense to which the town is also aware of that. Bournemouth is on a bit of a threshold, I think, in its history and its development. It's outgrown its Victorian and Edwardian origins in many ways, but they're also still here. And I think it's grappling with how to balance the respect for its past and its heritage, but also think about its potential future.